give you an idea of how skewed it actually is. And it gives you a tool to work with when you shouldn't use the whole 2 standard deviations rule. Great question, Sheila. Okay, so first thing you guys want to do is get your histogram up there. So hopefully you already have it. There's the one I got from yesterday. Please.
I don't have the data.
Oh, don't worry. Just follow along. We're going to make new data here soon.
Okay.
We'll make new data here soon. We'll be using totally different techniques. Or totally different data collection. Now, we're going to turn a second plot on at the same time. Go back second y equals. Second y equals. I want you to leave plot 1 the way it is. He's our histogram. Yes, we're happy with him. Go down to plot 2. Turn him on. Yeah. Turn plot 2 on. Now what you got to do is you got to figure out where the box plot is. Can you kind of see where they are? There's 2 of them listed. There's 2 of them listed. It's not him. It's not him. It's not him. It's one of these 2. Cody, that's your modified box plot. By all means, if you want to turn that one on, turn it on. I'm going to turn this one on so it looks just like the one I just drew over there. And I want to refer back to the other one soon. So arrow down till you get to him, and then you have to arrow right, and then select it. And then down here, XList frequency, put where your data is, L1 for me. Mine's an L1. Let's see if yours got it. And then, what's your frequency when you have raw data? Just 1. Just 1. This is that, you gotta hit the alpha button first so you don't get the Y. Yes, it happens all the time. Whoever just said that, yes, it happens all the time. Press the alpha button. If anybody's getting Y, press the alpha button first and then press 1. Yeah?
On our first plot, do we have L1 for our XList and L1?
Exactly. No, L1, 1. Because it's raw data for both these plots.
Okay.
The only time you ever put a list in your frequency is when your data is grouped. When you have your data in groups, weighted averages. I saw another hand go up, I thought.
Yeah, how do you get down to the thing again?
Oh, this guy here?
Yeah.
So once you're in the list of them, you have to right arrow over. So keep hitting the right arrow, it'll wrap around and come down. Yeah, just an annoyance that the TI never really dealt with. Cool? Now the beautiful thing is if you already have the graph, the histogram graph, just press graph again, and it'll show up right on top of it. Boom! And there it is. This is the same graph we had. Sean, does it show up on the Casio as well?
No, yeah, mine doesn't.
Oh, good, perfect.
Overlays it.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, oh, and on top of it. Now, we can make ours do that too. I like it when they're separate.
Yeah.
But you can also make it so they literally lay on top of each other by just messing with your Y max. I like it when they're separate though, personally. I like this. Now, from here, you can still mess with the number of bars you have down here by changing that X scale. Like, for example, you might say, let's make the X scale 2. And you can change that, and when you press graph, it's just going to see more bars down here. But you get your box plot, you get your histogram, you get it both together, and it's essentially the same thing we were seeing in Excel. It's not quite as pretty, but the upside is you carry this around with you. And if you're somewhere else besides in a computer, you can bang one of these things out, which is nice. You have a nice long tail here. There's Shelly, there's Eric, there's whoever that is. And then, boom, we got our data. Can you make a scale of 1? Anybody try that? Nope, you can't. That's one of those freaking stat things, yeah. So 2 is probably as good as we can do. There you go!
Can you use decimal? Decimal?
You can use decimals. Cody's got a good question. You can put decimal values in. I mean, hell, you can press zoom stack. And that's what the TI decides. And if you look at its scale, it decides to use 7.16666 as a scale.
You want to use like 1.1.
You can totally do that. You can use all, because the TI doesn't know you're counting states.
Yeah.
It doesn't know they should be whole numbers. It just knows it's got this range, and it's going to cut them into this many bars, which ends up being fractional sometimes. Please!
Does that just show the, what was it called, 5 data summary?
It does. It's the same thing as that box plot. Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Or 25th percentile, 0th percentile, 50th percentile, or median, and so
that's
forth.
what we would use for the plot.
That, it would give you a nice graphical show of that. Yes, absolutely. That's it. Please.
Is there any way to turn on data labels?
No. Unfortunately, I can answer that very quickly. No. That's why Excel is superior, because Excel allows you to put data. You cannot label your TI graphs. You're stuck with no context at all, which is unfortunate. Now, very often, it's not as important to turn the labels on as it is to recognize if the date is skewed or not. And that's very often what I'll do with this is I'll just graph it real quick and say, oh, it's got a wicked skew, put the box plot up and say, okay, if I don't want to use center, at least I can use the percentiles. So, Shelly, unfortunately, no. We're stuck with lack of labels. Other questions? These are fantastic questions. Yes. Okay, I'm sensing an energy lull. That's okay. It happens. It happens especially in the back half of class. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to start with a new brand new data set. This is going to require you guys to break up into pairs. So find someone next to you, preferably. Or someone you haven't met yet. Meet somebody. If you want to work by yourself, that's totally fine too. It's easier working with somebody, just so you know. Easier working with somebody. What we're going to do is you're going to